should get in on that 50-50.
I know.
Pay for my dinner after the game. It is that time of year again, ladies and gentlemen. High school basketball season in Indiana, and we have a good one for you. The Clinton Prairie Gophers visiting the Frankfort Hot Dogs live from Case Arena here on the ISC Sports Network. I'm Jake Morris alongside Mike Walensky, and Mike, this is kind of a Thanksgiving Eve classic around here. If you're from Clinton County, this is probably where you are tonight, but if you're not, we appreciate you joining us from wherever you may be watching. Happy to have you here. I think we are in for a fantastic game. But there's a lot of unknowns in this one. Frankfort has graduated 5 seniors from last year. Clinton Prairie graduated, I believe, 3 or 4, but they have a brand new coach. So leading up to this game, you may be wondering who's got the advantage, who's got the edge. We really don't know yet until we see these teams play.
There's no question about it, but we do know that these two rivals have really battled each other. Last year, it went down to the wire in the last moments of the ball game. Frankfort held on for a victory on the road at Clinton Prairie, but tonight Clinton Prairie is the visitor, and Chad Peckinpah, the McCutcheon graduate, the son of retired McCutcheon Maverick coach Rick Peckinpah, takes the helm at Clinton Prairie with a clean slate, and he's got, I think, a really good ball club, a sleeper team in Class 2A. On the other hand, Nate Van Dyne, in his 3rd year at Frankfort, he's building a program, a young team that has some senior leadership. It should be a good ball game tonight.
Well, tonight's pregame show is brought to you by FiberHawk, now available. FiberHawk Internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable FiberHawk. And you mentioned the battles between these two teams. If you go look on John Harrell, just legend in high school basketball here in Indiana, does all the hard work for us. He only goes back to 1993, which, the way I look at it, that's probably when basketball history started. 1993 to now. I'm joking, of course. But if you go back, 26 times Frankfort and Clinton Prairie have played since then. Frankfort is 22-4. Clinton Prairie's last win came in the 2016-2017 season, a game played at Clinton Prairie that they won on a go-ahead bucket with about 4 seconds left. Prairie since 1993, as far back as I could go, has no wins here at Case Arena. This is a very difficult place to play. It's one of the bigger gyms in the area, and frankly, it can be a little daunting for kids getting their first varsity experience here on this court.
And not only that, but Chad Peckinpah, the new coach at Clinton Prairie, has never played basketball here on this particular court at Case Arena, and I think he's very excited about having the opportunity to bring his team here tonight. But I think there's a couple key matchups to watch from my perspective. Number one, at the point, Jade Ayers, the senior point guard for Frankfort, and Bailey Good, the senior point guard for Clinton Prairie. The other matchup I think to watch are two guys I think that can light it up. Cameron Williams, a guard for Frankfort, and Grant McGraw, another guard, an outstanding shooter for Clinton Prairie. We'll see how this game develops with those two matchups coming forward in this ball game.
The last season, the Frankfort Hot Dogs 4-20 under Nate Van Dyne. The Clinton Prairie Gophers with a score of 14-10 under the now retired Coach Jeff Hindley. Let's get to some keys to the game, Mike, brought to you by Gangware Insurance, with markets for everything and everyone. In your time of need, we'll be there. Give them a call at 765-379-3650 or visit gangwareinsurance.com for more information and locations. Mike, what do we have to do to get a win here tonight?
I think the first key is rebounding, simply because we're in the first game. You can't expect teams to shoot the ball efficiently from either the three-point line or inside the paint. So you got to rebound, you got to go to the glass. The second thing is, when you're in the first game, if you've got good shot selection, you got a chance to make some things happen. The third thing is, regardless of whether it's the first game, regardless of whether it's a rivalry game, you've got to have solid defensive pressure, and it has to come at the half court. You can't allow teams to dictate offensively where they shoot the basketball.
Teams are headed to the locker room. We will step aside. When we come back, we will send it down to Emily Flores for tonight's starting lineups. You're watching high school basketball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business-class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
Everyone needs to be a part of something. If not girls golf, find something. Frankfort High School provides plenty of opportunities for you to be a part of, including 19 sports and plenty of clubs. Be sure to get involved.
We love to see you here at the Farmers Bank. However, we know there are times you need to bank on your schedule, wherever you may be. With the Farmers Bank mobile banking app, you can check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and now you can also securely deposit checks with your smartphone by simply taking a picture of the check. Download our mobile banking app today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life.
Oh my God! We are ripping fast today. How hard can it be, right? These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks. Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
It can be awkward talking to your doctor or healthcare provider about things like body odor, depression, drugs, relationships, or sex, but they need to know. If you lie or decide not to tell them something, you may not get the care you need.
If you are embarrassed to talk to a parent about health concerns, remember as a teen, you have the right to talk to a healthcare provider alone and get access to some health services without friends, parents, or anyone else finding out.
Take responsibility for your health care. For more information, call Healthy Communities at 765-659-6063.
My name is Gary Gangwer, and I own the Gangwer Insurance Agency as well as Farm here in Clinton County. After an accident in Cleveland, Ohio, I had an opportunity to look at insurance. Didn't have anything to do until harvest, so I thought, why not? And it felt natural for me to call on farmers and specialize in farm insurance, because that's what I use as a farmer, is insurance.
This is really tough for me because I'm trying to remain professional on the show. And then you got 50 feet of crap and the New York Knicks. You're 60, so I'm not going to put my hands on you, but I'm going to slap this guy instead. Are we going to have our first real good argument on this show?
That's what everyone wants to hear.
And that is the point.
The fate of your mouth is on your shoulders.
Showtime, cavity bud.
Dr. Snyder and the Ardente Dental Guardians help you fight to keep your mouth healthy. Call Dr. Snyder and the Ardente Dental Guardians at 654-7222. We protect smiles of all ages.
Ardente Dental is a happy place.
Mom, we're late, and I left my soccer bag at Cindy's, and I need to get my dress today.
It's okay, honey. I'll take care of it.
Oh, Mom, I'll take care of it.
We'll take care of it, with more ways to access Indiana's most highly skilled primary care doctors. Indiana University Health makes it easy to take care of your family.
What? I told you I'd take care of it.
Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Every business we work with at Haley's has different security needs. As a certified Medico Security Center, we provide the highest quality products with affordable solutions for your business. E-cylinders fit into your existing hardware and are controlled from your computer. Medico Smart Solutions provide options for different employee access levels. Patented key control, loss and liability protection. Surveillance cameras protect your employees and your business. Call today for your free business security assessment. Let the professionals at Haley's keep your business safe, with locations in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Farmers Bank. I'm here to introduce the Farmers Bank mobile banking app for your smartphone. Find us at the App Store or the Play Store. To find our app, search for the Farmers Bank Mobile Banking Fiserv Solutions. Have your finances at your fingertips anytime, all the time. Sign up today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Mom and Dad, as a teen, I have a right to privacy when it comes to my health care. As a parent or guardian of a teen, there are a few things you can do to help.
Respect our privacy. Let us have one-on-one time with our doctor. Allow us to make our own appointments, fill out our own paperwork, and encourage us to speak up for our own healthcare needs.
For more tips and information, call Healthy Communities at 765-659-6063.
We welcome you back to Case Arena for tonight's game between the visiting Clinton Prairie Gophers and the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Let's send it down now to our third member of our broadcast crew, and Emily Flores. She's got the starting lineups. Emily?
Welcome to Case Arena, home of Frankfort Hot Dogs. Tonight, our starting lineup for Clinton Prairie is number 4, Bailey Good, number 20, Grant McGraw, number 22, Trevor Funk, number 23, Jacob Fortune, number 24, Drew Blacker. Our varsity starting lineup is from Frankfort Hot Dogs, number 3, Jay Ayers, number 4, Ray Frazier, number 5, Cameron Williams, number 12, Emma Neera, number 32, Aiden Thompson. We like to wish these guys a good luck tonight. Now back to Jay and Mike.
Thank you very much, Emily. And you saw the starting lineups on your screen there. Bailey Good is a guy you touched on in the pregame show, as well as Jade Ayers for the Gophers and the Hot Dogs. Both point guards for their respective clubs. They are going to run the show tonight, and they're going to be leaned on to cover for a lot of mistakes of some of these younger guys.
There's no doubt about it. You got to have senior leadership early on in the season. I suspect that with both these ball clubs, Jake, when they get in the middle of the season, those sophomores and juniors will no longer be playing like sophomores and juniors. They'll all be playing like seniors, and they'll all be playing like leaders and helping their ball club advance to the next level.
Starting lineups tonight were brought to you by Ardente Dentals. Healthy smiles start here. Call to schedule your next appointment. 765-654-7222. Say habla español. Just a great venue, though, tonight to kick off the season right before Thanksgiving. And you get a fantastic Clinton County rivalry like this. As we've said, Clinton Prairie, 4 wins in the last 26 matchups here against the Frankfort Hot Dogs. But Clinton Prairie did notch a win a couple seasons ago, and the past few years have kept it within 5 or 6, so we could see a pretty competitive match tonight.
I think we're going to see a competitive match because I think Clinton Prairie has some firepower. Now, we have not seen them under Chad Peckinpah. Typically, the Peckinpahs and McCutcheon run that 3-2 zone defense. We may see a lot of that because that may turn down Frankfort's ability to get the ball inside, but Frankfort is a team that has got to play defense, and here's how it starts.
The Clinton Prairie wins the tip. Bailey Good brings it up the court. He's being guarded by Frazier. Easy down low bucket right off the bat. That is number 22 for Clinton Prairie, Funk.
Breakdown on the inside by Frankfort right off the bat. Good look inside, and Funk, solid layup. The youngster, 6'3", a sophomore. He's got good size for Coach Peckinpah's ball club.
And Funk comes up with a steal, gets it to Bailey Good. Good tries to drive, is going to back it back out, up top to Funk. It's a long three-pointer. That's from McGraw, and he can hit those. Sorry, go ahead.
He's an outstanding perimeter shooter. They've got to find him.
Speaking of perimeter shooters, there's Compton, knocks down the 3.
Braden Compton, a 6-foot senior, and when Clinton Prairie comes out and plays that man-to-man defense, you're going to see Frankfort play 5 guys out. They're not very big, and they like to move the ball from side to side, typically 4 guards.
Wide open shot, top of the key for Clinton Prairie, no good. That was McGraw. Here's with it now, trying to break down the defense, finds Compton in the corner. Compton, his second 3 of the night.
Tremendous movement of the basketball by Frankfort there, as Clinton Prairie had moved into that 2-3 zone, and they found the ball in the corner. Compton, as you mentioned, with 2 threes. Outstanding shooting.
A minute 30 played. Frankfort with a 6-2 lead here at Case Arena. McGraw with the ball now. Gets to the top of the key, hands it off to Good. Good's going to drive in, got a wide open layup. That's too easy.
Great job by Good breaking down the defense. Now defensively, no help side offered by Williams, number 5. He's got to recognize, he's got to turn his back to the basketball and make a play.
Another deep 3 from Frankfort. That one is no good by Williams. It is rebounded by Blacker.
Coach Van Dyne from Frankfort talked about Williams can be an exceptional basketball player for Frankfort and his ability to score the ball. He's got to play defense too as well tonight.
Funk with the ball now, gets it back up top to Good. Good drives in, trying to find Funk on the backdoor cut, nothing there. And the skip pass is stolen by number 12, Mejia. Nice skip pass there to the corner. Floater from number 4, no good. That's a rebound by number 23, Fullerton.
Great job by Frankfort in transition, getting the basketball into a good shot.
McGraw shot fake, drives in, little contact. You get a whistle and a foul, so we'll get to see Grant McGraw go to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
I love the fact that Grant McGraw put up the shot fake and drew the defense to the basket, put the ball on the floor, went to the rim. Early on in this ball game, we saw him take 2 long threes he missed, but get the ball to the rim, go to the foul line, and get yourself in a position to score.
McGraw hits that one. He was a 68% free throw shooter last season.
This guy, Jake, I think he has the capability of averaging 20-plus points a game. He's an outstanding shooter. If Coach Peckinpah can get him into a position defensively, that can take advantage of that confidence on the offensive end, too.
Tied at 6 now. Ayers with the ball, top of the key. Gets rid of it to Compton. Looking around the perimeter. Frazier with it. Frankfort just trying to find an opening here. We starting to see a little bit of that 3-2 zone.
Yeah, we did, and a great job of distributing the basketball as Williams finished it for Frankfort.
8-2 Frankfort now. I mean, you expected it was going to come out eventually. It's in his blood at this point.
There's no doubt about it, but Frankfort, on the other hand, is playing man-to-man defense, and they're switching up top. But that time, there was a foul on the Hot Dogs as they're playing solid defense at the point.
That's a foul on Jade Ayers, and that's a big one because that is actually Ayers' second foul. He got McGraw driving to the basket earlier in the quarter.
That is a huge foul because now Eric Valdez-Sandoval has to check in the lineup, the 5'8 junior, and they lose that leadership at the point. Ayers early on looked really good making decisions with the basketball for Coach Van Dyne's Hot Dogs.
Good, loses control of it, stolen by Frazier. Frazier makes the adjustment and gets the bucket to go.
Great job by Trey Frazier, another senior, 5'11", taking the ball to the hole in transition. Another turnover for Clinton Prairie. Frankfort coming out playing some good, solid defense offensively.
Good draws the contact, cannot get the and one to go.
And as I say, offensively, Good does a great job there of breaking down the Hot Dogs defense and taking the ball to the hole. Good help side defense by Frankfort. It just got to the ball handler a little bit late as number 22, Valdez-Sandoval, picks up the foul.
And this is his first foul of this evening as Good misses on that attempt. Bailey Good last year, a 65% free throw shooter.
Bailey Good will have to be a real critical player on this basketball team and his ability to lead them as a point guard, especially on the offensive end. Pretty good defender too.
Great steal by Good as the press gets a turnover.
You can see why you like to have the ball in Good's hands, because he held the ball back up, waited for his team to get back on defense, and then great job of handling the basketball there by Trevor Funk to draw the foul.
Mejia commits that foul. It is now 4 fouls to 0 here against the Hot Dogs. Fullerton will get the ball in the backcourt, hand it off to Good. 10-7 your score here, 3:50 to play at Case Arena.
Again, Frankfurt switching on top. They've got to do a good job of communicating tonight's basketball game defensively.
Frankfurt usually plays a very aggressive man-to-man defense, as you have seen so far in this game from the 4 fouls they've picked up. But it also leads to a lot of turnovers. Great rebound by Clinton Prairie, and the putback goes in. That's McGraw.
McGraw doing a great job because Frankfurt failed to block out, and you've got to block out. We talked about that early on in keys to the game, because you can't expect these teams to shoot much over 40% in today's ball game.
McGraw deflects the pass out of bounds. Frazier will inbound the ball for the Hot Dogs. He gets it into number 5, Williams. Frankfurt trying to break down that 3-2 zone. They get an open shot in the corner, and that's Williams for 3.
Chad Peckinpah, the head coach at Clinton Prairie, will learn that against Frankfurt you have to be able to find Williams. Williams is a scorer, and Coach Van Dyne does a really nice job of moving him around on their half court and their offensive set.
3 threes for the Hot Dogs in this opening quarter as Good drives to the basket, gets the finger roll to go. And that is 5 points now for the Clinton Prairie point guard and Bailey Good.
That's a good sign for Clinton Prairie, getting the ball inside, and already they've drawn quite a few fouls on Frankfurt in this ball game.
And get Fullerton to pick up a foul. Correction, that is on Drew Blacker.
Drew Blacker so far in his first start as a sophomore has to play solid defensively and go to the boards and rebound for Coach Peckinpah.
We get a timeout from Clinton Prairie. Let's thank one of our sponsors for tonight's game, Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden. Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden is ready to help you make your tall grass short. Save up to 20% on Husqvarna fleet discounts on commercial cutting packages starting as low as $48.99. Give them a call today at 296-2988 to see if you qualify for a special financing offer. You still got time to mow your yard. I mean, it's getting colder. I know for a fact they sell snow plows too, so visit Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden. They can help you out.
Yeah, I think we might have another couple weeks of lawn cutting that could potentially be remaining as long as the snow does not fall on the ground.
So Frankfort clings to a 13-11 lead. So far, with Jade Ayers being out due to fouls, it really hasn't caused a lot of issues for Frankfort on the court. They're doing a good job of breaking down that 3-2 zone. In fact, they've gotten 3 3-pointers out of it.
Yeah, they've been pretty patient getting the basketball into Williams' hands. He's an outstanding scorer. But for Clinton Prairie, the positive for the Gophers is they're getting the ball in the paint. They're driving to the paint. Frankfort has to do a better job of communicating and helping out once the Gophers break down that defense and get the ball in the paint.
Frazier will inbound the ball. He gets it into Williams. Williams with 5 points in tonight's contest.
And the plus side for Coach Van Dyne's ball club is that Williams and several other players are interchangeable.
And that is Mejia for 3.
They can shoot it and they can handle it.
4 3-pointers for the Hot Dogs in this opening quarter, and they lead 16-11. With the ball now, gets it over to Funk. Funk being guarded tightly by Compton.
Compton is very aggressive defensively, number 32 for Frankfort, doing a really good job with his feet and hands.
Backdoor cut doesn't lead anywhere. Skip pass to Peters in the corner.
Trey Frazier, 4 for Frankfort. Nice job on the help side. Great active feet for number 4.
Ball is tipped out of bounds. Will stay with Clinton Prairie. It's knocked out by Mejia.
Frankfort has done a good job in this possession, denying Prairie the chance to put the ball on the floor and drive to the basket.
Good with the ball now. The pass that should have been stolen by the Hot Dogs bounces out of bounds, and it will remain with Clinton Prairie. 1:16 remaining here in this first quarter.
And Jake, you can already see for Frankfort, Landon Mejia, number 12, and Braden Compton, number 32, are really good defenders for the Hot Dogs.
It finds a wide open shooter in the corner. No good there. That was 35, Garrett McGraw. Williams kicks it in the corner. Sandoval for 3. Got it.
Great job by Williams of finding the shooter in the corner. And again, another solid 3. That's 5 in the ball game now for the Hot Dogs.
5 in the first quarter. Frankfort has come out red hot from the 3-point line. McGraw on the drive. Tough shot. Doesn't get it to go. Great rebound by Compton, and he draws the foul.
Wow, and that was an outstanding shot for Garrett McGraw as he went right to the paint. 6-footer over Braden Compton, another 6-footer. Outstanding defensive player, but you got to be aggressive and have confidence, and that's what Clinton Prairie was able to do, but they couldn't finish.
So Grant McGraw will check in as Bailey Good will sit down with 46 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Frankfort up 19-11. They're trying to break down this zone. They look content to just hold for the final shot.
They can hold on to it. They've got an 8-point lead. They don't have to rush. They can look for a good shot, but look for Williams, number 5, to find a way to get the basketball.
But Compton gets trapped, loses the ball, stolen by McGraw, and he is fouled. I believe they got Frazier for the foul.
Great quick hands by number 35, the young sophomore, Garrett McGraw, the younger brother of Grant. Got his hand in there, got a turnover, and gets a chance to sit on the bench. Well played by this youngster. Good job.
They gave that foul to Compton as he will sit down, and Bailey Good is checked back in for Clinton Prairie. They want to try to get some points here before the end of the first quarter. McGraw will inbound. Good has it. 15 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Clinton Prairie down 19-11. Funk on the spin, gets it stolen. Frankfort, 2 seconds, 1 second, shot fake. Good if it goes, and it will not fall. That was number 14, Spencer. So at the end of the first quarter, it's Frankfort 19, Clinton Prairie 11. Be back with second quarter action right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden is your local Husqvarna dealer. With us, you'll find a knowledgeable staff that's able to provide quick turnaround service so your business doesn't have to stop. From zero-turn mowers to trimmers and chainsaws, Husqvarna has you covered. And with the fleet program, the more you buy, the more you get in return. With that kind of stability, you can rely on us for the long haul. Get your Husqvarna equipment today at Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden, located at 6292 West County Road 0 in Frankfort.
Welcome back to Case Arena. Hot Dogs leading this one 19-11. Let's thank another sponsor of tonight's broadcast in the Farmers Bank. Locally owned and operated with 10 banking offices located in central Indiana, providing retail, business, trust, and asset management, investment, mortgage, and electronic banking services. The Farmers Bank is here to support you every step of the way. The Farmers Bank, my bank for life, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So story of the first quarter, Mike. Frankfort can shoot.
They can shoot. And I think it has to surprise Coach Van Dyne because he said they had 13 practices leading into tonight's opener. He wasn't quite sure if his team could knock down shots, but there's no doubt about it. They got off to a fast start. Now, Clinton Prairie has to play more solid defensively, more pressure on the basketball.
Here's Williams with the ball, and they have a wide open shooter in the corner. That's Spencer. Mejia, knocks that down. The 6-3 for the Frankfort Hot Dogs this evening.
And Mejia has two of them that both been stand-up. They've had plenty of space to make the shot. That means they've got good ball reversal.
Fullerton on the drive. Tough layup. Gets it to fall.
That is a great play. That's what Clinton Prairie needs to do. They need to score inside the paint and start some confidence inside and then work inside out.
Sandoval down low for the three. The drive's down low, Shot in the corner. That's Mejia again. No good. Rebound Fullerton. Bailey Good brings up the ball for Clinton Prairie.
Deacon Spencer playing at the point now for Frankfort. He has to be very aggressive defensively, put pressure on the basketball to deny Prairie the chance to get the ball in the middle of the court.
Tough pass down low to Funk, but he will be fouled. That is on number 13, Riley Goodnight.
Yeah, Riley Goodnight tried to front the post there as he picks up the foul. To take a look at him, number 13. Good solid play defensively, but he found some body contact inside. That's not such a bad thing to have contact early on the ball game.
We're trying to find someone to inbound it to. Deep pass, able to connect with McGraw. McGraw drives baseline. Tough turnaround shot, no good.
Compton made it even more difficult because he came up from the backside to double him up.
Spencer tries to get it down into the corner.
Nice job by Fullerton, 23 defensively for Clinton Prairie. If Fullerton doesn't step in there, Spencer takes a half step and he goes to the rim and he lays it in for a layup.
Kickball violation will be Frankfort's ball out of bounds. They get it into Spencer.
Again, right now, not a lot of pressure by Clinton Prairie defensively. Therefore, Frankfort can take its time and be able to make good decisions passing the ball around the perimeter. But the way Frankfort's been playing, Jake, they've got to get the ball inside and stop turning it over.
Stolen by McGraw there. Great pass from Good. Easy layup. And they're going to give him an and one on that.
And I think that's a great call. You got to give credit to Drew Blacker running the court. He ran the length of the court, number 24. And he's playing more than just a sophomore. He's 6'1", playing bigger than that tonight for Coach Peckinpah.
Great cut by Blacker and a better find by Good. 22-15 your score now, 6:16 remaining in the first half.
Big foul on Braden Compton, that's his second.
Shot no good, but rebounded by Fullerton. And McGraw for the big three. No good, rebounded by Funk. McGraw's going to try again. No good, rebound by Good.
And McGraw's a shooter, and hopefully he continues to take that shot. He was open. That was a pretty good shot deep in the perimeter. Prairie doing a good job blocking out inside, getting some good rebounding from Trevor Funk, number 22. He's got long arms, Jake.
Yeah, he really does. And I didn't see any reaction from Coach Peckinpah when McGraw let it fly again. I think he's pretty comfortable with him taking threes. Some outstanding offensive rebounding here on display from Clinton Prairie. Dangerous pass inside, and that's going to go off the leg of number 24, Blacker. Head over to the hot dogs. That's a bad turnover.
It was a tough, bad turnover, bad pass because Trey Frazier and Cameron Williams came over for the double. There's just, that was an impossible play to make. Not a lot of space.
Williams, deep three-pointer. That one no good. Rebounded by Blacker. Fullerton hands it off to Good. Funk, shot fake. Little floater, no good inside. Frankfort, nice hustle, saves the ball.
I like the fact that Clinton Prairie is aggressive, taking the ball to the rim. At some point, they're going to create some foul problems on the Hot Dogs. The Hot Dogs cannot afford to let that penetration happen, and if it does, they're going to let this ball club, the Gophers, come right back in the ball game.
22-15, still our score. Williams brings the ball up the court, and he's being guarded by Funk. Nice steal by McGraw. McGraw's got some quick hands on the defensive end as well.
They do, and I think in tonight's ball game, what we'll see, if Clinton Prairie can continue to play defensively well up top, they're very long, very difficult for those guards to shoot over the top, and then they can turn them over as well.
McGraw tries to drive on Williams, gets it back up to Good. Good will reset. Fullerton with it now. Hands it off to Good. Prairie trying to break down this 2-3 zone. Funk, skip pass. Shot fake and drive by McGraw.
Great job.
Funk, excuse me. Easy bucket.
Great job by Funk getting the ball to the bucket, but I think what really impressed me is Good's leadership, his ability to distribute the basketball. Instead of taking bad shots, he got the ball in the right place. It's exactly what you need if you're the Gophers.
We got a timeout on the floor. Let's thank one of our sponsors here in the second quarter, Healthy Communities. Healthy Communities, finding and applying for health insurance is hard, especially now. We get that. Our mission is to help not only children and families, but everyone. We can help you obtain the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Our help is free, unbiased, and local. For more information, visit www.healthyclintoncounty.org.
The way this game is developing, even though Frankfort's on top, Jake, 22-17, I have to be concerned if I'm Coach Nate Van Dyne, because this Clinton Prairie team is very long up top. And once you start missing from the perimeter and you can't rebound, you're in trouble. So at some point, Frankfort has to drive to the bucket, get the ball inside.
As you mentioned, those long arms, Funk about came away with another steal. And there is a steal by Fullerton. Works it up ahead to Funk, and Funk wisely will pull it out.
And for Clinton Prairie to get back to this basketball game, again, they can win this on the defensive end with their length and aggression.
Fullerton over to McGraw. McGraw goes off the screen. Gets it to Blacker. McGraw, deep three, left it short. Rebounded Fullerton. And stolen away by Mejia. Frazier, the drive back to Mejia.
Good job by Mejia. He could have just stood there in that spot. He moved away from the basketball, found a space to get a pass. Look at those long arms. Good job by Good.
Great block by Good, and he gets rewarded with the easy layup on the other end.
Again, it has to be a concern for Frankfort, their ability to get their hands and make deflections. They're doing it well out of the zone defense.
That pass by Williams off the mark. So just a three-point game now, 22-19, 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Frankfort has decided now to put a little bit more pressure full court on the inbounds. Again, Good, solid play against that pressure. Took the ball, spun away from the defense there. Getting good production from that senior point guard.
And guarded by Spencer, breaks down the defense, tries for the layup, but will get the blocking foul.
And that is an excellent call, because Riley Goodnight number 13, was down low and got to the point a little bit late. And that's a blocking foul. That's an excellent call by the officiating crew tonight.
And that's the second foul on Goodnight. So you have Ayers, Goodnight, and Compton now for the Hot Dogs, all with 2 fouls here in the first half. As Good gets the friendly roll. 8 points now for Bailey Good in tonight's contest. McGraw will sit down and his brother will check in.
This is
for McGraw. It's easy.
It is. And this is a game of, it's a roller coaster. It goes back and forth, back and forth. You've got to make free throws, no doubt. But right now, I think Clinton Prairie has the edge. They are really doing a great job turning Frankfort over, as Frankfort's offense has gotten a little bit stagnant.
Deep three-pointer from Frankfort, and that goes for Goodnight. Their 7th 3 of the game.
And that is keeping Frankfort on top in this ball game. If not for the three-point shot, it'd be Clinton Prairie's game.
Good about has it stripped by Frazier. Good. Slips. Picked up by Funk. Funk has it stolen for a moment, and they're going to call the foul on Goodnight.
That is a tough call because that's going to be his third, the sophomore's third foul. As he played some pretty solid defense, he'll have to check out of the ball game now. In fact, Prairie's going to have a chance to go to the foul line.
Clinton Prairie is now in the bonus as Trevor Funk will head to the line. Last year, Funk a 62% free throw shooter. Clinton Prairie as a team last year shooting 65% from the line. That one is no good. Good rebound by Frazier down low. Frazier for 3, no good. Rebound Fullerton.
I think a concern right now as I look at it, Frankfort needs to do a better job getting in transition from defense to offense. They can't just jog down the court. They got to really sprint back, and Clinton Prairie has not taken advantage of that. If they do, they're going to get some nice looks here.
Fullerton turns it over. Frazier, deep 3, no good. Good had it, taken away by Mejia. Mejia down low, trying to find some help. Gets Williams in the corner. No good on that one. Rebound Fullerton, and Fullerton is doing an excellent job on the boards tonight.
Good job by Fullerton, and then you've got the sophomore coming in with good hands, making some rebounds, Trevor Funk. And that's a plus. Nice look there.
He gets it down low. Funk on the block. Funk will bang with some bodies. No good that time. Offensive rebound.
Blacker's just a sophomore, gives the basketball up. He was so deep there, I thought maybe he'd be able to turn and score. Has not yet developed that confidence inside the paint.
1 minute to play here before halftime. Fullerton down low, tries to skip pass, stolen by Sandoval. And we're going to get a foul on Trevor Funk, I believe. Number 22 for Clinton Prairie. That is just his first foul.
Fullerton, 23 for Clinton Prairie, has to be careful about commenting to the official. He was a little chippy back there in the half court.
What do you think about this, Mike? 51 seconds left, and Frankfort elects to bring in Ayers and Compton, both with 2 fouls.
Well, if you're going to hold the basketball for the last shot, probably a smart move.
Yep.
And we saw Ayers last year against Clinton Central.
He did.
Nail a 75, maybe an 80-footer. It was unbelievable.
I believe that was part of the ISC top 10 plays of the year. Outstanding shot.
That was incredible.
Williams with the ball now. It's up top to Mejia. No good. Rebound Funk.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that's the shot that coach wanted here. A little bit too deep and too quick.
Good's going to try to attack the basket. Skip pass to McGraw. Didn't have his feet set. Gets it up top to Funk. 15 seconds to play in the first half. McGraw gets it back to Good. Down to 10 seconds. Being guarded tightly by Compton. Shot is up, and that's going to be a blocking foul. And I'm not sure I agree with that one. That's on Williams.
Yeah, that's a tough call on Cameron Williams. I know the Frankfort crowd didn't particularly like it. We don't have the replay here to show that, but
looked to me like he was set. They're going to give that is his first foul.
The one thing you can do is reward aggressiveness on the offense, and nice job again by Bailey Good, moving the basketball into the paint with just 6.6 to go.
And I think it's a very smart play considering how many players are in foul trouble for Frankfort. If that had been Ayers or Compton that picked up a third, that could have really affected how we saw the second half. Good gets that first one to go, 25-21. 6 seconds to go here before halftime. Second shot is good, and it is a one-possession game. Frankfort tries to get some momentum heading into halftime. Ayers for three. The 8th three of the first half. Unbelievable.
This young man knows how to perform on the IHSAA Sports Network. Another three.
So Clinton Prairie leads 28-22. As we will step aside for halftime. Score 28-22 here at Case Arena. We'll be back with the halftime show here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
Hello, love. Welcome back to another edition of Sock Takes TV. I am by far the most humble person here. Okay, I'm a lot better than he is. If you're getting accused of celebrating too much, maybe you have some good team chemistry. This is just a recurring theme in our lives.
Welcome to the Blue Zone. I'm Oz Mondragon, and today we're joined by our varsity boys basketball coach, Coach Van Dyne. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
You're welcome. Appreciate it.
Now, what are your goals for this season?
Yeah, I think that's always a good question, but always a little bit harder as a coach because I don't think you ever want to set a ceiling on for yourself. And I think you always want to be realistic as well. But I think the biggest thing for us, obviously coming off a not so stellar year last year, is us just trying to figure out how we can move forward and continually get better each day. And I think that the way that we're trying to measure that right now is by how quality of practices are we having. And I think right now, the overall, I think guys are playing harder. I think guys are more focused. I think the execution level is better than what it was in past years. So I think we're off to a good start with that. Obviously, the first game starts with Clinton Prairie, a big one. So obviously, we all have the goal of coming out 1-0. But at the same time, I think it is just to continually fight to get a little bit better each day. Just looking at the roster that we have, size is going to be a little bit of an issue when it comes to rebounding. So we have to be really disciplined to make sure that we find bodies, that we hit people, and then we out-pursue the opposition to get the board. I think that is the single biggest concern that I have right now, just because there is not a whole lot of margin for error because of the lack of size, but speed definitely makes up for a little bit on the long boards, but we got to do a good job of cleaning up inside.
Nice. What is your strengths as a team?
Again, we're kind of doing a little bit of predicting, but I think overall team speed is one. I think the willingness to search for the best shot is another, and that's something that I don't think that we could always say in the past. But I think we're going to figure that out a little bit more once we get to the Prairie game. You always learn a lot of things about yourself after that first night out. But at least so far in practice, I think it's just the willingness to share, try to find what is best for us. But I do think that we do have a good overall balance of talent on the floor. There is no one guy that is just going to be kind of the guy that we spread it out for so that he can make plays. It's going to have to be together we attack. So if we do that, I think we'll be in good shape.
During practice, are you an energy giver? Or is your enthusiasm contagious to your staff and places?
Well, I think the opposite to energy giver is an energy taker. So I better go with I'm an energy giver. Otherwise, I don't think I'm doing my job as a coach. But I think you say energy giver sometimes, and people expect that you kind of have that like cheerleader like mentality. And I think that you can give energy by telling the truth. I think that by telling the truth, I think that gives a little bit more energy, because then when you start saying good job, it carries a little bit more weight. So, you know, I think I've always kind of fallen into the, you know, there's never a bad time to tell the truth. But yeah, definitely, you know, we're going to try to get our guys going. We're going to try to get them fired up, and we're going to try to get them playing the best basketball that they can play. We graduated 4 seniors last year, and you know, I think arguably you could argue that there were 4 of our better players as far as talent goes. So we lost a lot of minutes that were played. We lost a lot of statistical production. But you know, I think that we're at the point now to where you can't really look at what you lost. We got to deal with what we have. And what we do have, or we've got 3 seniors that are returning that have done a phenomenal job as far as playing with effort, doing what is asked of them, leading, and we've got I think in my mind we've got 4 juniors if I'm counting correctly, and we've got 2 sophomores that are with us. So. We have a really good core group. I like how sometimes you can get a little bit overloaded with seniors to where the following year you're depleted a little bit, but I like the balance that we have. I like us having a few sophomores that are up here, knowing that we should have those kids for a while. But I do think that we've got kids that are playing well together right now, which I think sometimes is the most important thing in game 1. Cam Williams, Trey Frazier, and Braden Compton, as far as the 3 seniors, they've really assumed the leadership roles, and they're demonstrating the effort that you need to play with. They're demonstrating the knowledge that we need to have. I think overall, just the communication level has got to get better, and typically that's a trait of all good teams. So I think for us, having the goal of being a good team, I think in reality that's something that everybody has to start to step up and start doing better, is communicating. So, you know, those 3 guys are playing a key role, but at the same time, everybody's got to step in to fill the void of some of the losses that we had, but also the needs of the team.
Thank you, Coach. That's all the time we have today. We wish you the best of luck.
Welcome. Appreciate it, Oz.
Welcome back to Case Arena. 28-22 is your score here at the half. The Frankfort Hot Dogs, 8 3-pointers in the first half of tonight's contest. Halftime show tonight brought to you by Tipmont REMC. An in-home energy assessment is the easy, convenient, and free way to measure your home's energy efficiency, lowering your energy bills and saving you money. To schedule your free assessment, visit www.tipmont.org. Tipmont REMC, empowering our communities. Certainly thank Tipmont for their sponsorship of tonight's broadcast. 28-22 is our score, Mike. As I said, 8 3-pointers made by the Hot Dogs. But you would think a team that scored 8 3-pointers would be running away with this one. Clinton Prairie's defense has definitely kept them in this game.
They're right in the ball game, and here's some thoughts as I look at this first half of play. First, for Clinton Prairie, they need to play harder on offense. They need to play better away from the basketball, be more decisive cutting. It just seems like in the first half, in some possessions, they've been just running through the motions. Perhaps, and there's no doubt about it, it's because we're playing the first game of the season.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of work to be done on that end, and certainly Coach Peckinpah will clean that up for his ball club. For Frankfort, I think defensively they need to play tougher. They need to deny the basketball a little bit better. And then the second thing is they need to rebound. They are being out-rebounded in this basketball game. That's why the score is as close as it is, because Frankfort's shooting, as you talked about, has been remarkable from three-point line. But Frankfort needs to rebound better. If they can rebound better, they'd have a chance to really close this game out. And as you talked about in the pregame, this is going to go down the wire. I think this is going to be a really close ball game.
Right. We were wondering if we'd see the 3-2 zone tonight, and we have seen it from Clinton Prairie as Chad Peckinpah's father, Rick Peckinpah, ran at halftime at McCutcheon.
We're playing really well. We've got to do a better job on the defensive rebounding. We've got to do a better job finishing the ring on the offensive side. We're shooting really well on the perimeter, so that's got to be.
What did you tell your boys out in the locker room?
We've got to be better at boxing out. We've got to move people backward. We've got to make sure that we don't get one shot.
so much.
So that was Emily Flores with head coach Nate Van Dyne of the Frankfort Hot Dogs getting his thoughts at halftime. And Mike, you kind of echoed what you were saying. They got to box out. They got to take care of the ball a little better. And I think he's got to be happy with the three-point shooting, but some carelessness handling the ball.
No doubt about it. They've got to rebound. You've got to box out. You've got to rebound because, number one, if they would have done that in the first half, as I mentioned, they'd have a bigger lead. Secondly, in the second half, if they don't box out, they're going to let Clinton Prairie get right back in this ball game very quickly. And then we're going to have a dogfight. And frankly, I think we're going to have that because I think Clinton Prairie's set up to do that. They're longer, and I think they're going to be able to turn the ball over here in the second half. I'd be really surprised if Frankfort is able to limit their turnovers. They're going to have to be very aggressive with the basketball.
We'll see what happens in the second half action here on the ISC Sports Network. Back after this.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable! Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome back to Case Arena. Tonight's game brought to you by FiberHawk. Now available, FiberHawk fiber internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable FiberHawk as we get started here in the third quarter of action at Case Arena. Hot Dogs leading by 6.
And that's exactly what Coach Van Dyne wants defensively. Braden Compton being very aggressive right off the outset, knocking the ball out of bounds. They have got Ayers back in the ball game at the point. That's a very important part for Frankfort, although he did pick up 2 personals in the first half.
A steal by Frazier, and he misses the layup. Rebound by Good, and now Clinton Prairie has numbers. Great pass down low to Blacker, and he converts.
Nice job by Good, holding the basketball long enough to get that defense to come out and converge and then dish it off.
Get a blocking foul here on Clinton Prairie as Mejia takes it to the basket. Mejia 2 threes in that first half for 6 points.
Good basketball IQ for Frankfort because as they saw Clinton Prairie put the ball in the bucket, they came right down and ran the court. Mejia did a really nice job. Mejia doing a very good job running the court and moving away from the basketball tonight for Frankfort.
Hurts on that first free throw, no good on the second one. It's rebounded by Trevor Funk. Good with it in the corner, gets it back up top to Funk. And guarded by Compton. Back to Good. Compton's defense forces Good to the floor. Good's going to end up with a wide open 3 in the corner and knocks it down.
Wow, he's normally not the guy that's going to shoot the basketball, but he had every bit of confidence to knock the ball down from the left wing there for another 3. That's the first 3, I believe, for Clinton Prairie tonight.
You are correct, and Bailey Good leads all scorers with 13 points in tonight's game. That ball taken away. 27-29 now. Great hustle by Mejia as it goes out of bounds, and Coach Van Dyne not happy with that call.
Clinton Prairie being a little bit careless on the sidelines, as you mentioned. Mejia, who's done really well offensively, moving away from the basketball, gives up his body and goes to the floor, and it's great to see that early on in the season, to see that kind of effort.
Backdoor cut by Funk, has trouble handling it. That's going to go off the fingertips of number 24, Blacker.
Great job ramping up the defense by Trey Frazier, number 4. Excellent job by the senior at 5'11", caused that turnover.
Here's Jade Ayers. Did not get to play much past midway through the first quarter due to foul trouble. Back in the game for the Hot Dogs. Here's Williams, top of the key. Gets it over to Compton. Compton's going to pull the trigger. No good. Rebounded by Funk.
Funk, very valuable because he plays at that point defensively, so Williams is uncomfortable shooting the ball over the top of him. They're trying to take that away. This young man is an outstanding player. Nice give.
Great pass down low and nice move from the point guard. 15 points now for Bailey Good off the feed from Funk.
And we're already tied, and Clinton Prairie defensively has, again, ramped it up here in the third period, getting some turnovers and some easy looks.
Stolen away. Clinton Prairie has a chance for the lead.
Compton has to be careful with his body.
And there it is.
And he's very aggressive and gets the foul. You can't use your hands and you can't body him up. And he's going to pick that one up. That's an excellent call by the official out front.
And that is 3 fouls now on Compton. As you think, yeah, he's going to have to sit down. They will bring in Riley Goodnight.
Gosh, as many fouls as he has with 3. And as I talked about bodying up, you got to like that aggressiveness. Boy,
right.
You really got to like that because that's contagious.
Riley Goodnight checks in with 3 fouls as well. Good. Trapped on the sideline. Trying to dribble out of it. Has it stolen by Frazier. Frazier being guarded by Fullerton. Tough shot by Frazier, but he draws the foul.
Good job of recognizing this defensively for Frankfort. Doubled up and turned him over.
So Frazier last season a 79% free throw shooter.
And he looks good too. Very solid, bending his knees. Good follow through, and the rotation's beautiful.
Frankfort as a team last year, just 63% from the line. But Frazier knocks down both of those for points 3 and 4. 31-29, 5:16 remaining here in the third quarter from Case Arena. As both these teams are kicking off their 2019-2020 high school basketball seasons.
Caleb Peters, a senior, checks in the lineup, number 3. Saw him last year play some JV basketball. He can shoot it. He's a scorer.
There's Funk being guarded by Goodnight.
Good help by Ayers stepping up.
Drive and the lay-in by McGraw is good.
Haven't expected much of penetration there by Grant McGraw because of his perimeter shooting the first half that went awry, but that time he took the ball right to the rim. Excellent job.
6 points for McGraw now. Top of the key 3 for Frazier, no good. It's going to be rebounded by McGraw. Again, tied at 31. Clinton Prairie, chance to take the lead here midway through tonight's third quarter. Good, loses the handle.
Nice quick hands by Frankfort, number 13. Riley Goodnight doing a good job from the weak side, batting the ball away from with his left hand. And we noticed already in the third period, Frankfort isn't shooting the ball as well as they did in the first half. They've got to find a way now to get the ball inside.
Clinton Prairie will inbound under the basket, gets it to Blacker, up top to Good. Tried to get it open 3 from McGraw in the corner, and Good. I don't think he realized where he was.
And Mejia got his hands on the basketball. He'll be credited with the block. Nice job by number 12.
Mejia fakes the 3, gets it over to Frazier. Frazier, nice move, left it short, and offensive foul. And in defense of the boos here tonight, Mike, I have to say that one didn't look like a charge compared to some of the other ones we saw in the first half, but respect the official's call there. The charging foul is called against the Hot Dogs.
Well, he took an extra step there, and I think that extra move inside made contact initially as Williams takes a seat on the bench.
Stolen by Frazier. Still deadlocked at 31 here with 4 minutes to play as Ayers gets the travel and plead his case to the official.
Yeah, Ayers is saying that Good made some contact with him as he drove the ball to the left of the lane. But not the case.
It's starting to get a little noisier in here.
And Frankfort is really starting to ramp up the pressure full court.
Grant McGraw with the ball now. Takes the 3, in and out. Rebound by Ayers.
Frazier a little bit gassed on the defensive end. He was playing very good man defense on Good.
And Mejia gets the bucket to go.
Mejia has been really valuable for Coach Van Dyne's ball club as he moves well without the basketball that time. Very confident taking the ball inside and drawing a foul.
He's got 9 tonight as Fullerton will check in and Caleb Peters will sit down. And they gave that foul to Caleb Peters, just his first. That shot is no good, rebounded by Good. Great pass down low. Funk, basket, and the foul.
You know what I really like about that is that Bailey Good found himself in the middle of the court. And I got to tell you, when you've got a point guard in the middle of the court, about 75% of the time you've got great things happen. He had great vision. He could see Funk underneath, and he found him, and now the chance to take the lead.
That foul was on Mejia. So he will sit down. He's got 2 now in tonight's game. 2 hot dogs with 2 fouls, 2 with 3. We have 3:20 remaining here in the third quarter. And Funk gives the Gophers their first lead.
Trevor Funk is an outstanding looking sophomore. He was a good freshman last year at 6'3", adds a lot of dimension to this ball club, especially on the defensive end with his long arms.
7 points now for Funk. The Gophers lead 34-33.
Tempo is very important, I think, right now for Frankfort. Slow down the game. Clinton Prairie's sort of on a run right now. Just slow down the basketball and maybe take some time off the clock.
Williams thought about it, will drive in, floater, no good. Rebound by Goodnight. Sandoval for 3.
Oh.
Got it to fall, and we'll see what happens here.
I think
there was a foul simultaneous with the shot.
It'd be interesting. I think Goodnight might be whistled for the foul for Frankfort. I wonder if they count the bucket.
The bucket is good. So that's 9 threes now for Frankfort on the night. The basket is good, but the foul was called on Goodnight, which is his 4th. So Frankfort does take the lead back, 36-34. 2:45 remaining here in the third quarter.
You know, with fouls mounting up for Frankfort, again, tempo will be critical for them. I really think they need to slow down the basketball because they are quickly getting into deep foul trouble in this basketball game.
Bailey Good trying to draw a foul. He gets in the lane, easy 2.
Great job by Good.
17 points now for Bailey Good in tonight's contest.
Frazier's a pretty good defender there, and Good took it right by him.
He fakes the 3, drives in. Mejia for 3, gets it to fall. 10 3-pointers for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Mejia now has 12 points.
And a great job by Cameron Williams giving up the basketball, being unselfish on the offensive end for Coach Van Dyne's ball club.
We're going to get a timeout here from Clinton Prairie. Gives us a chance to thank one of our third quarter sponsors. It'll be the Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank, locally owned and operated with 10 banking offices located in central Indiana, providing retail, business, trust, and asset management, investment, mortgage, and electronic banking services. The Farmers Bank is here to support you every step of the way. The Farmers Bank, my bank for life, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So Mike, Frankfort, 10 3-pointers now in tonight's game. They now have a 3-point lead. They're able to knock down shots. It's just, you make a good point about the fouls. They may need to slow this game down because they have not really gone that deep into their bench. And I don't know if you want to get into a late contest with this Clinton Prairie team with guys with very little experience.
I would wholeheartedly agree with you. And in this basketball game, efficiency is really going to be important, taking good shots. Now, that last shot from Cameron Williams dishing it outside to Frazier was outstanding, or Sandoval was outstanding to get the 3. They need to have good shots like that throughout as we get close towards the the end of the third period here, but in the fourth, both ball clubs, I think their legs will be tired.
Funk on the drive. Layup, no good. Rebounded by Mejia. Stolen away by Good. Goes right at Williams and gets the bucket.
Great vision and great anticipation by Good. Just a fantastic play by Good, getting in the passing lane. And in fact, he's going to go to the line for an and one. They call a foul there.
Wow. Late call on the foul. And that was on Frazier. That is his second foul. 19 points for Bailey Good as he has a chance to get to 20 with this shot. And he will do just that.
The challenge for Frankfort, can they withstand the number of fouls in this ball game? Because they're at 5 right now. 2 more, they're going to send the Gophers to the foul line in the final stanza.
Aggressive move by McGraw leads to a foul.
The good news for Frankfort is that Jade Ayers is still in the ball game. He still has just 2 fouls.
It's the first foul on McGraw.
Sandoval open underneath, didn't see him.
Frazier with the shot, no good, and I think that went off Peters, and it did.
If Frazier is able to see the tape once again here, he had Sandoval 22 underneath the basket for an easy layup, but instead he jacked up a 3-pointer. Fortunately, they get the basketball back.
Williams thought about the 3, drives in, gets it to Frazier. He will take it. Some contact made, no foul called. Mejia tried to save it. They're going to give the ball back to Clinton Prairie.
Question is, with 45 seconds to go in the third, will the Gophers now try to hold on to the basketball and take a final shot?
Peters for 3, no good. Big rebound down low by McGraw. He's going back up and gets the bucket to fall. 8 points now for Grant McGraw.
Coach Van Dyne talked about they've got to rebound. They were not able to do that. Good aggressive play by McGraw inside to handle the basketball with both hands and go straight up for a bucket.
15 seconds left in the third quarter. Clinton Prairie up 2.
And Jake, what makes it real tough for Williams is he cannot shoot very well over the top there because 22 Funk is really long.
Frazier tries to drive in, loses the ball. Half-court heave from Peters is no good, and that is how this third quarter will end. 41-39. Clinton Prairie on top by 2. We are in store for a great fourth quarter here on the ISC Sports Network. Back after this.
Since 1969, Haley's Lock, Safe & Key has provided expertise and solutions when dealing with residential or commercial security needs. Whether you're looking for a safe, seeking access solutions, or in need of automotive keys, nobody can serve you better than Haley's.
One-on-one service and simply the best solutions we've been providing at Daly for more than 40 years.
Haley's Lock, Safe & Keys. Call, visit, or find us online. 2 locations, Crawfordsville and Lafayette.
Welcome back to Case Arena. 41-39. The visiting Clinton Prairie Gophers leading the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Jake Morris alongside me, Mike Walensky, and we thought it might be a pretty close contest. Turned out to be a very good game.
This is an outstanding basketball game. In the previous possession, give credit to Bailey Good, the defender who deflected that basketball away from the Frankfort player. But for the Hot Dogs, this is going to be a great challenge for them because the Sagamore Conference is really loaded with outstanding teams. Crawfordsville, Lebanon, Danville. Those 3 teams, I like Tri-West. I think they're a pretty good ball club. North Montgomery, Southmont, fill it out. And so this is a great opportunity for the Frankfort Hot Dogs to get the season off to a great start.
So Clinton Prairie back in that 3-2 zone to start this fourth quarter. Deep 3-pointer by Williams, and that is good. Mike, that is 11.
Oh, that's 11. NBA. That is NBA. That's like 30 feet.
11.
And that's hard to do, again, against that length of Clinton Prairie. Great shot by Cameron Williams.
42-39 42-41 now. Frankfort wasn't trailing in this fourth quarter very long. Peters drives in, wild shot, no good.
Compton really makes things different for Frankfort defensively, number 32. He really gets after it.
Outstanding defender. Good's going to get back to the free throw line, and I think they got that on Ayers, and they did.
Yep. And when you can get the ball to the basket somehow, some way, and you've got a guy like Good, all things happen, and that is a third foul on Jade Ayers. That is a huge foul on this senior point guard.
7:23 remaining here in this game. Good goes to the line. He's got 21 now.
I think both these ball clubs have really started to settle in, especially Good. He looks a lot more confident now, particularly at the foul line.
Second shot for Good is good. 22 now. Tonight's game, 43-42. Clinton Prairie back on top.
That 3-2 zone really can cause problems, but Williams with that deep three was a big plus. Oh my goodness.
For three, and this is getting a little ridiculous.
That's amazing. Great
12
job.
three-pointers for the Frankfort Hot Dogs.
Compton with all three-pointers in the ballgame. No two-point fielders. He's got 9. Great job. And plus, as I mentioned, his defense has been really solid for Coach Van Dyne's Hot Dogs tonight.
Funk gets it over to Blacker, and Blacker will be fouled by Ayers, and that is 4 on Jade Ayers. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, and the reason why he's going to get his 4th foul is to use his hands to reach in. You just can't use your hands. As good as it might seem to be, the ability to try to strip the ball, chances are the officials are going to blow the whistle, and they were able to do that just now.
So Frazier will take the place of Ayers. Ayers just 3 points in tonight's contest, and a lot of that has to do with the foul trouble that he's been in. That shot for Blacker is good. Blacker now has 5. Rattles in and out, rebounded by Mejia.
Tough shot. Blacker did not bend his knees on that foul shot, consequently a little bit short.
Sandoval wide open again. A little too unselfish there. The ball is taken away by Clinton Prairie.
Again, quick hands for Prairie there. 24, Drew Blacker was able to get his hands in there for the deflection. Again, with the basketball, great things happen.
Good, left that one a little short. Rebound by Sandoval, but we're going to get a foul. I believe that's going to go against Grant McGraw.
Yeah, it's a good call. Grant McGraw, number 20, got his hands on Sandoval down low. That's a big foul on Clinton Prairie. That's the team's 5th.
And just McGraw's 2nd foul. No one on the Gophers really in much foul trouble at this point in the game. Drive in by Mejia. Tough layup. Gets it to go.
It seems like every time Mejia gets the ball close to the bucket, he's going to look to score. He's a very aggressive player, and I love that. He's got 10.
Shot up for Good. No. That one falls short. Rebounded by Compton. In the corner, Sandoval, 13 threes.
What a great look by Sandoval, but even a better pass by Landon Mejia. You just cannot give enough value or praise to Mejia. He has played extremely well for the Frankfort Hot Dogs in tonight's ball game.
Well, tonight's 4th quarter is brought to you by Tipmont REMC. Tipmont REMC, an in-home energy assessment, is the easy, convenient, and free way to measure your home's energy efficiency, lowering your energy bills and saving you money. To schedule your free assessment, visit www.tipmont.org. Tipmont REMC, empowering our communities. Frankfort extends their lead to 6. And my gosh, are they making it rain from 3?
They are, but it all works out well for them because they play a small lineup, can really get the ball in transition. You have to defend them and stop the basketball at the midcourt line. If you can do that, you've got a chance. But once they get the ball and start moving it around, they're difficult to defend. They're very quick.
5:54 remaining here in this game as Fullerton will inbound for the Gophers. Gets it into Bailey Good.
It's been a roller coaster here. We've seen, I thought about the tempo change for Frankfort. They slowed it down, then they got it back going, and now they've got that 6-point cushion.
Great backdoor cut from Blacker. Left the layup short.
He did, and Sandoval, I think, got a piece of that one. up near the rim.
I think you're right.
Boy, that youngster can really get up, number 22.
Williams skip past to Mejia. Mejia, nice spin move, and it is blocked by Funk.
Funk did a great job of getting inside and making the block. However, you've got to block the ball and get it in play. Otherwise, the ball goes out of bounds, which it does, and Frankfort gets possession once again. And again, Mejia very aggressive on the offensive end for the Hot Dogs.
Williams for 2, no good. Rebounded by Blacker. Blacker and Fullerton have done an excellent job on the boards tonight for the Gophers.
No doubt about it. They've been really good to a point where we talked about the lack of rebounding in the first half for Frankfort. It's because these two big guys have done a nice job blocking out for Prairie tonight.
Good. Thought about the 3. Tried to drive baseline. Is stopped by Frazier.
I have a feeling Jake McGraw really wants to shoot the basketball.
He looks like it.
He wants it.
Funk on the drive. Gets to the rim and is blocked by Compton.
Wow. Either Compton or Mejia, either one. And again, Compton defensively, such a great job down on the post tonight for Coach Van Dyne. Outstanding.
Williams tries to split the defenders. Mejia in the corner. Blocked by Fullerton.
Mejia a little bit over aggressive in the backcourt. He's going to get a foul. That's his 3rd.
3 fouls on Mejia now. And that actually is the 8th foul on the Hot Dogs. So Clinton Prairie, the bonus.
It's one of those fouls that you just don't want to have, and it's not really necessary when you're in the driver's seat up by 6 points. Gives them a couple shots here, maybe. Unfortunately, missed it.
Shot no good. Compton with the ball, gets it over to Frazier. Sandoval in the corner. 3-pointer, left it short. Gophers couldn't corral the rebound. Compton out to Frazier. Another 3 on the way. No good.
Sandoval's going to get the foul. And I think, Jake, he made a mistake by taking that open 3-pointer. I think at this point in the game, rather than take that 3-pointer, drive the ball to the basket and lay it in, get a much higher percentage shot, because you have to figure late in the ball game, in the 4th period, the legs get a little bit tired.
Yeah. That is the 4th foul on Braden Compton.
Wow.
So Compton with 4, Ayers with 4, and Goodnight with 4. Mejia with 3.
Not necessarily a lot of drop-off defensively in terms of effort between Compton and Goodnight, but Compton is awfully good. He's got good quickness. He's got good jumps, too.
Yeah, I would argue Compton best defender on the floor.
Yep.
Good. Wide open for 3. Left it way short.
Unfortunately, he just didn't get his feet underneath him, but a nice pass there by Funk.
You made a point about the legs getting tired in this one, and Exhibit A.
Frankfort has to be concerned about this backcourt trap here and then attack.
Frazier tries to get around it. He's going to be trapped on the baseline. We're going to get our jump ball, and that's going back to Clinton Prairie.
If you have to put a time bomb on the basketball court, that's where it is right there. You cannot get the basketball that deep on the baseline. Otherwise, everything explodes, which it just did on Frankfort. And they seem to still keep the door open for Clinton Prairie to get back in this basketball game. 3 times may be a charm here.
McGraw turned, wanted to shoot it, will wisely back it out. Good was open in the corner, but gets it to go off the glass.
He shot it off balance. He kissed it off. Boy, that is just, sometimes it's a matter of luck.
Brett McGraw with 10 now as the Gophers close within 4. Mejia, that was going to be a 2.
Again, you get the ball that wide open, take the ball to the rim this late in the ball game. And there's a good call because Frazier did bump good down on the baseline. That time you're not going to explode anything because there's no help and you're not going to run into a double team. So
Frazier bumped on the baseline, or Good bumped on the baseline by Frazier. That is Frazier's 3rd foul. And Clinton Prairie in the double bonus. for the remainder of this game. We said the Gophers a 65% free throw shooting team from a season ago. As Bailey Good steps to the line. And 22 points tonight.
I think these are big free throws.
Oh, absolutely.
And I say this because with a 4-point lead, if I'm Frankfort, now maybe I try to hold on to the basketball and knock time off the clock with the lead. But if you can knock this in, it's a one-possession game, that's going to force Frankfort to attack the basket.
2:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. Good, leaves that one short as well, rebounded by Williams. And Prairie applying some pressure.
And Frankfort has to be very careful about this pressure. It's very difficult, and a nice timeout. Excellent timeout by Coach Van Dyne. They need to talk it over and re-strategize on how to attack the zone.
They get a timeout. We will step aside as well. 50-46 here on the ISC Sports Network. Back after this.
And we're back. This is actually turning out much better than I thought it would. So here we are today. This is awesome. I feel like we've done this before. Is that how the whole interview is going to be?
Yeah.
Either works.
Yeah.
Really?
You want to do this?
Doing better.
It's
at
3
this.
letters. How can you screw that
live every week here on going forward. It will be streaming live on the ISCSportsNetwork.com at 6:30, or if you do get their cable channel, you can watch it there as well. So very, very exciting.
Hello everyone, this is Lanny Seago. I'll help you along the way to become more familiar with this guy, because there's literally people like Dick Atha all across the state of Indiana. I've known who you are for a long time, but now I know a lot more.
Welcome back to Case Arena. 50-46, our score here in the fourth quarter. Wise timeout by Coach Nathan Van Dyne.
It was a great timeout. Now, for Frankfort, they need to attack this zone pressure. Attack it and go to the basket, score. Because if they slow down the basketball here and take their time walking the ball up the court, it opens the door for a double team.
Ayers is back in the game.
Right there. Unfortunately for Clinton Prairie, there's a foul. Funk did reach in. Talked about earlier, if you use your hands and you reach in, chances are the officials are going to blow the whistle and call a foul.
So 2 fouls on Trevor Funk. That is just the 6th foul against Clinton Prairie. The next one will send the Hot Dogs to the line for the 1-and-1. Jade Ayers back in the game. Finds Williams in the corner, drives baseline, gets it down low to Compton. Back up top to Ayers. Good, tried for the steal. Williams in the corner for 3. Yes, sir.
Wow. Great job of Ayers of distributing the basketball and hanging on to it. And Williams set up nicely for his 3rd 3 of the ball game.
13 threes for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Say no shot and travel, and I think that's a good call. He did lose his footing there, Mike.
Yep, it is an excellent call and a good, solid defensive play by Frankfort on the defensive end. You have to be really pleased in tonight's performance for Frankfort defensively. They have a very nice ball club. They play hard and they play well for Coach Van Dyne's club.
Frazier drives in, gets that blocked by Fullerton. It's going to be picked up by Good, and I think they're going to get the offensive foul on Blacker. And they are.
Wow. That's a very, very difficult call this late in the ball game.
I actually missed what he did.
Yep. Very difficult call on Blacker. There was contact.
There's definitely contact.
There's no question about it. And right now, there's some contact inside Compton. 32 for Frankfort and 24 Blacker pushing each other, and they have to pull Compton away. They have to be careful here this late in the ball game. There's no doubt this is becoming a very physical game, and good job by Coach Van Dyne taking Compton out of the ball game.
He takes Compton out. Riley Goodnight will come in. Frankfort will stack on the right elbow. Good inside pass to Frazier. Gets that one to fall.
Again, you can't devalue Ayers at the point. He does a great job in distributing the basketball.
McGraw for 3. He's 1 or 2 for a while. Can't get that one to fall. And Mejia, bad pass to Williams, leads to a turnover. And we're going to get a foul on the cut.
It's got to be on Cameron Williams, number 5.
And you're correct on that. His second foul.
And for Clinton Prairie, the good news, down by 9. The clock freezes at 1:39. And for Prairie, as good as they are in terms of full court pressure, you have to suspect that they can knock down the free throws if they can go to that full court pressure trying to get the ball back.
Well, Grant McGraw,
they cannot hit a free throw tonight.
As he misses that one, I was just about to say 80% last year for Clinton Prairie, by far their best free throw shooter. Shame to see him miss one late. So he tries to get one of 2, and he does. So 55-47, and stolen away, and you're going to get another foul, and I think that's on Williams again.
Yep, another foul on Williams that reached in on Good, and Good will go to the foul line, and again,
he's struggled there tonight.
Yep, but they're in the bonus. So again, the clock stops at 1:36. Imagine if Clinton Prairie had knocked down some free throws, this ball game would be tied.
Absolutely. We mentioned earlier in this broadcast, Bailey Good, 65% free throw shooter from last year, as he gets that one to fall. With him for 23 points.
If he makes this, if I'm Frankfort, I'd look for throw the ball over the top of the zone, go for the home run if it's available. They have had trouble taking the ball inbounds here.
24 points now for Bailey Good. 55-49 is your score. 1:30 remaining in this game, and Williams turns it over.
That is a tough turnover for Williams. Lack of communication there. It's the first game between him and Ayers.
Yeah.
But again, he took the ball to the middle, which is a good thing to do, but then he threw it away. Plenty of time for Prairie to set up for a 3. Look for McGraw to come off the screen here.
Big possession here for Clinton Prairie, trailing by 6. Good drives in, no contact. Shot's no good, and we're going to get a foul against Grant McGraw, and that will send number 4, Frazier, to the line for 2.
And I thought maybe Clinton Prairie would set something up for McGraw, but instead they went to the rim, and Good was off balance. Solid defense in the second half for Frankfort, something that they really needed to do, and that was defensive pressure and rebounding. I think they turned it up a notch in the second half for the Hot Dogs.
How about this? Last season, Frazier, 79% from the free throw line. Can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Funk. 1:15 remaining. Clinton Prairie trailing by 6. Good. Tries to drive in. Kicks it back out to Funk. Funk nearly loses his dribble. Dangerous pass, and it's stolen away by Frazier. Fullerton commits the foul.
Again, Frankfort really notched up the defense here in the second half. Great job of taking away the space from Clinton Prairie, and because of that, that pass was deflected and intercepted, and now the foul, and Frankfort has a chance to really close this one out.
Just 1:02 remaining as the delay in play here is Bailey Good has lost his shoe and is putting it back on at the moment.
These two basketball teams have dramatically improved from last year's opening basketball game, as I recall last year, particularly on the offensive end. They've had some really great shooting tonight, especially from the Hot Dogs. They were outstanding.
I think after this game is over, both teams have a lot of positives they can take away from tonight.
Yes.
Frazier hits that one. Just his 7th point of the ball game.
Frankfort has a tough road after this ball game. Western at Tri-West. Got to play Lafayette Central Catholic in the mix. At Twin Lakes, just saw them last night, Twin Lakes. And Coach Adams, an outstanding basketball team with a lot of depth.
McGraw for 3. They need it. No good. Rebound Williams. Back to Frazier. Frazier will be fouled.
Hard to believe, Jake. That 3 would have cut the margin to 4.
Yeah. It's just one of the more insane stats about this game. 13 threes made by Frankfort, and they lead by 7. It's just, you would think that would just completely blow a game wide open, but that's what's been falling for the Hot Dogs tonight. And credit Clinton Prairie in the 3-2 zone. They've been really shutting down the interior. That shot goes in. It's 8 points now for Frazier.
And I think the good news for Coach Van Dyne and Frankfort, every one of their kids who played tonight have played extremely hard.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do on game one when you're going that deep on the bench. They've got 3, 6, 9, 10 guys play tonight, maybe 11.
Frankfort has done an excellent job on McGraw as well. They're either going to get a jump ball or we'll see if they award Frankfort the timeout. They will call the jump ball. It'll stay with the Hot Dogs. So 32 seconds left. The Hot Dogs leading by 9. And there's one thing you'd probably like to see cleaned up if you're Coach Van Dyne. It's I think you appreciate the aggressive defense, but not playing defense with your hands so much. Try not to pick up as many fouls. Ayers from the corner to Goodnight. We just got that is on Jacob Fullerton. And that is Fullerton's 5th foul. As he has picked up some late. He will exit the game with 2 points as Caleb Peters will check in.
He'll probably be a greater factor offensively as the season progresses. I've got him down for just a field goal in this ball game, but he played very hard defensively and came down with a bunch of rebounds. He's a very active player.
That shot for Mejia is good.
Mejia has been a difference maker at a lot of levels tonight for Frankfort. Aggressive away from the basketball, solid defensive player, and he knocked that one down.
Both of those fall 60-49. Score here, 25 seconds to play as Frankfort still pressing as Fullerton breaks it, gets the little layup, and we get a timeout by Coach Chad Peckinpah. So Fullerton with 9 points. But Frankfort with a 9-point lead, looking like they're going to walk away with this one.
They have to feel really good about this first game performance, as you mentioned, with 13 threes and the ability in the second half to come back and rebound the basketball, which Coach Van Dyne wanted this team to do. And I've been really impressed by their effort, particularly by Braden Compton. This senior with 4 fouls has scored 9 points, but he's been special defensively for the Hot Dogs at tonight's basketball game. But Landon Mejia has had a nice ball game. He's got 13 points, make that 15 points now, I believe. And everybody else has contributed for Frankfort this evening. And that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone they've brought into tonight's game has contributed in some way, shape, or form. And like I said, you don't want to see as many fouls picked up. You want to see guys play defense with their feet a little more. But I really like the way Braden Compton's played on the defensive end. I think that is huge. He did an excellent job on Grant McGraw tonight. You saw he kind of forced that three-pointer a minute or so ago. But Clinton Prairie, if I have it right, I have them down for one made three-pointer, and that was from Bailey Good.
That's really sound defense. McGraw tonight only with 11 points. He did not get off to a good start. He missed a couple three-pointers to start off the ball game. It kind of went downhill as the game progressed.
Frankfort unable to get the ball in bounds. They will burn another timeout. I'll take this time to remind our ISC viewers that, first of all, before we forget to say it, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. But this Saturday, if you tune into the ISC Sports Network, you can see the Marion Knights play Cumberlands in the quarterfinals of the NAIA playoffs. That kickoff and pregame show will be around noon here on the ISC Sports Network. Marion Knights have been having a fantastic season. They are a great football team to watch. Undefeated in the regular season, currently ranked second in the NAIA playoffs.
It's not easy to be undefeated at any level.
No.
Not easy. And particularly with a school like Marion now that has developed a nationally caliber program where obviously each and every Saturday they're going to have a target on their back.
Yeah.
That's not easy. Congratulations to Coach Henniger and the Knights.
Had some ugly weather, rainy weather last weekend, but able to get past Reinhardt with a 17-7 win. So the win's a win in the playoffs, and they're moving on to the quarterfinals. The Frankfort Hot Dogs are looking like they're going to start their season off 1-0. We get a foul here on McGraw. And you mentioned the absolute gauntlet that Frankfort has coming up. You mentioned they play in the Sagamore Conference, and you could see them here to our left in Case Arena. I mean, Tri-West a very good team. So is Western Boone. Southmont's usually pretty solid. North Montgomery's solid. Lebanon's usually very good. So is Danville and Crawfordsville. Really has not been talked about much the last few years, but they have really ran away with the Sagamore Conference the last couple regular seasons.
Yeah, they've been really, really good. And for Danville a couple years ago, dating back maybe 3 years, they took a team to the semi-state. And I think Coach Barber has a really sound group of kids for the Danville Warriors.
Yeah, I don't know if that year you're talking about, I don't think Danville had a team that didn't at least win sectionals. Like, they were just on fire in every sport. Three-pointers going up for Clinton Prairie. Not falling as Garrett McGraw gets the bucket to fall at the buzzer to give him 2 points. But that is going to be your final score, 61-53, as the Frankfort Hot Dogs start their season off 1-0 here at Case Arena, and that makes them 23-4 in their last matchups with Clinton Prairie. We will step aside very briefly. When we come back, Emily Flores will be down on the floor with our player of the game. Stick around.
We chose Haley's for our video surveillance needs because we've had great luck with them on the lock, safe, and key side, and when we found out that they also do video surveillance, we right away knew that we could trust Rick and his team over there. I would definitely recommend Haley's Lock, Safe, and Key to any business owner. They take great care of you, they have good, fair prices, and service after the sale is tremendous.
For security solutions and unbeatable support after the sale, visit Haley's in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business-class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
Everyone needs to be a part of something. If not girls golf, find something. Frankfort High School provides plenty of opportunities for you to be a part of, including 19 sports and plenty of clubs. Be sure to get involved.
I'm with Mahia here, player of the game. How do you feel? How was your overall experience about the game?
It was good. We worked hard. I can barely talk. My voice kind of hurts right now. We came out with the win. I'm proud of my teammates. I think we did really good tonight.
Do you have any wise words for your teammates, for your players?
We just got to keep working. You know, we're a family. As long as we can do this season together, try to come out with a winning record, I think we'll be okay.
All righty, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Emily Flores on the floor there with our player of the game, Landon Mejia, finished tonight's game making several of the 13 three-pointers for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. I currently have him, well, that's more math than I can do for the moment. Let's skip that for a second. 61-53 is your final score. Mike, what were your thoughts on this game?
Well, I thought it was an outstanding start for both ball clubs. You know, I think you can't be upset about a 61-53 loss if you're a Clinton Prairie fan. You've got a 2A basketball team with a new coach, a new cast of characters, and I think they played pretty well from start to finish. There are a few things that they have to clean up, but overall, I think defensively, they're a team that's going to be very difficult to deal with as the season progresses. For Frankfort, Coach Van Dyne has to be extremely pleased because, as we talked about, he played 10 players tonight, and they all played really hard. And the one word that I think of when I think about Frankfort basketball after watching tonight's win is grit. They came out with fire from start to finish, and they played with a lot of grit and determination. Undersized in some areas, but they came to play basketball, especially in the second half, where they did a good job of rebounding.
Our player of the game was brought to you by Fiberhawk. Go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable Firehawk. As we said, Landon Mejia, 16 points in tonight's contest. 13 3-pointers for the Hot Dogs. Our post-game show brought to you by Healthy Communities. For more information, visit www.healthyclintoncounty.org. 13 3-pointers for the Frankfort Hot Dogs, and you got to wonder if I think that's an absurd amount of threes to make in a game. So I don't know if that's going to continue, but hopefully for Coach Van Dyne, he saw some bright spots, saw some shooters that he can rely on. I think if you just stay out of foul trouble, I think they'll be okay. But as we mentioned, they do have a rough schedule coming up to start the year. So I think it's very important that they got off to a win here tonight.
Yeah, great win for Coach Van Dyne. And he talked about developing a culture. Coach, a Wabash graduate, a school that produced one Dr. Steve Alfeld, who played basketball at Indiana University for Bob Knight. And he went on and played at Grace, and Mo Smedley was one of his coaches, and Mo had an outstanding high school career coaching the Marion Giants. And then Coach Van Dyne went on to Kankakee Valley and did a good job there for 4 years before coming over to Frankfort. He's starting to build a culture, and you can see how kids believe. And one of the things he talked about was developing a leadership council, and that's incredibly important because leadership's going to take you a long way, especially as you talked about a very, very difficult schedule ahead of them.
And for Clinton Prairie, they start off the season 0-1. So Chad Peckinpah in his debut falls to the Frankfort Hot Dogs on the road here at Case Arena. But some positives to look at for the Gophers. You do give up 13 3-pointers, but lose the game 61-53. They were right in it. And I think you hit the nail on the head in the fourth quarter. Free throws were a major downfall of Clinton Prairie tonight.
Yeah, they just could not knock down free throws throughout the course of the ball game that cost them points on the board. The other piece that you have to be very favorable about Clinton Prairie is their length. I mean, defensively, they did a good job turning over Frankfort tonight. I really like Trevor Funk up top and Jacob Fortune and Drew Blacker. Those three guys may not get a lot of credit, but I think they're an outstanding defensive core. Now, for Clinton Prairie, Grant McGraw did not have a particularly good offensive game. I expect him to come out and have better games ahead, and if he can start scoring some buckets, this Clinton Prairie team is going to be very difficult to handle in Class 2A. They've got a chance to go really far in the tournament if they can get their act together offensively, and I'm sure they will. This is only the first game.
And Clinton Prairie coming up on December 6th will host conference rival, the Sheridan Blackhawks. That is at home. And we'll also play the Seeger Patriots on December 7th. Both those games at Clinton Prairie, so that should maybe get them on a roll here playing the next couple games at home. But the Frankfort Hot Dogs will win this one 61-53. We want to thank our Frankfort Hot Dog TV network crew helping us out here tonight on the ISC Sports Network. As I said, Frankfort wins this one 61-53. For Mike Walensky, I'm Jake Morris. Thank you very much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. And please tune in Saturday when the Marion Knights take on the Cumberland Patriots here on the ISC Sports Network. Congratulations to Frankfort and happy Thanksgiving, everyone.